Greetings once again. Look, here is a few tidbits. It's a Saturday evening. I'm making some coffee in my kitchen. I'm about to go walk my dog, Nelson, Chihuahua puppy, of course, you know, love of my heart. I want to talk briefly today about Alzheimer's and dementia in the African American community. Why are African Americans more likely to develop Alzheimer's in comparison to other Americans? Do you know there's new research that is shedding light on perhaps socioeconomic conditions, high degree of stress, racism, marginalization. And I'm not saying this is across the board. And may I just point out, I'm neither a doctor, a research scientist, but I like to consider myself an advanced practice caregiver. I've been a registered nurse from the UK, mental health professional, forensic nurse, certified nursing assistant, home health aide. I have done the gamut of the healthcare industry. Home care is where care is going. Alzheimer's disease's effect is ravaging the world like a tsunami that won't stop. 7 million people alone in the US already have this disease. Most Americans have no idea of the impact that this disease has had on the American economy and where it's going. Many of us can't afford care. However, in the African American community, since 1 in 3 is affected by this disease, go figure, African Americans are less likely to go get screened, so their families don't have a sound diagnosis. There are reasons behind that. They distrust and mistrust the medical community. African Americans in their 60s, 70s, and 80s will remember the Tuskegee trials and other medical abuses that were put upon African Americans due to the vast racism, the Jim Crow laws, the Tuskegee syphilis trial. However, since Alzheimer's disease is affecting all Americans, I'm asking us to hold hands. I get emotional. Many African Americans, I wasn't born in this country, but I am a proud American, despite all the problems and isms and schisms. It's not just in Alzheimer's disease, but in other healthcare situations. We just are not showing up. But when we show up for care, sometimes it is too late. Many of my friends call this disease, and these are educated individuals, and this is not meant, it's meant as a joke, to lighten up the conversation. Isn't that old-timers disease? Well, yes, it is in a way. Aging has a lot to do with Alzheimer's. Biomarkers are in place to tell us how we get this disease, whether it runs in the families, stress conditions, brain conditions. And like I said before, I am not a scientist or a doctor, but I can tell you, I've recently spent 2 years in the Japanese American community, where this disease is also rampant. I'm interested to see how communities handle the situation from a cultural standpoint. I believe once we hold hands, not kumbaya, but hold hands as Americans, these divisions, I know when people migrate to this country, we love to hold on to the country we came from. If that's the case, why are we here? Bring your food stories, cook your foods and culture. But remember, we're all Americans at the end of the day. The good, the bad, and the indifferent. What affects you is going to affect me down the road. So I'm saying, I believe we can find a cure. Maybe not in my lifetime. Dementia, Alzheimer's, a lot of people are confused about the terms. I believe they're all memory impairments. People become isolated, feel like they're in darkness. Families become sometimes mute. They don't know which way to turn. Churches should do better. Synagogues should do better. The mosque should do better. Barber shops, we need to just, you know, just decrease a lot of the celebrity gossip and stuff that doesn't serve us. There are other important things that are affecting communities across this country and across the world. I am Beverly. Obviously, you know that I'm passionate about all things caregiving and caregivers. Join me at the Global Caregiver Forum and on YouTube and the globalcaregiver.com. I hope you have a pleasant day or evening wherever you are. And pick up a book or a pamphlet and read something on the internet about how Alzheimer's is ravaging the world, including tribal and remote communities. I look forward to meeting you once again. Thank you.